Soon, the Philippine Army will receive yet another advanced equipment, the Guarani 6x6. Even though the shipment itself is rumored to be delayed due to certain issues, we can expect that the first vehicle will be delivered soon. So, while we're waiting, why not talk about this vehicle a little bit? From its procurement journey by the Philippine Army, its features, and what capability it can offer to the Philippines. Stay tuned. Guarani 6x6 is the winner of the Wheeled Armored Personnel Carrier Acquisition Project of the Philippine Army. The project was originally planned to be an upgrade program for the Army's V-150 Commando and Simba 4x4, but later revised to acquiring a new type of vehicle instead. Taken from Philippine Defense Resource, the Philippine Army originally requested 114 units of new Wheeled APC. But in June 2018, former President Duterte only approved a budget for only 28 units. This number is enough to equip two mechanized infantry companies of the Army's newly formed 1st Brigade Combat Team. Although it's smaller than requested, the winner is expected to be carried over for future follow-on orders to equip the 2nd and 3rd BCT-2. The basic requirements for the Wheeled APC is to be a 6x6 platform. This is to compensate for the lack of space found in the existing 4x4 platforms and not too long compared to the 8x8 platform as the Army learned from the Battle of Marawi, where compact-sized vehicles were needed to easily move around in tight urban combat. There was no requirement for the vehicles to be amphibious capable, although this would be an added advantage for the candidates. For weapon systems, the Philippine Army is said to prefer a manned turret with a 50-cal heavy machine gun and 40mm grenade launcher. The reason was said to be budget-related, but also due to lessons gained from Marawi, as RCWS became a main target by enemy snipers. However, in Jen's article, they said each vehicle will be equipped with RCWS carrying 50-cal machine gun and 40mm grenade launcher. I'm not sure which one is true. I guess we just have to wait until the vehicle arrives to find out. Some candidates were evaluated by the Philippine Army. This includes Anoa 6x6 from Pindad, Pandur II 6x6 from Excalibur Army, Arma and Pars 3 6x6 from Turkish companies Otokar and FNSS, Taigon 6x6 from Hanwha Defense, and Guarani 6x6 from Iveco and Elbit Systems. In early 2020, the Army Technical Working Group decided that the Wheeled APC project should be closely tied to the Light Tank Acquisition Project due to the offers having relations to each other in terms of specific subsystems. This gives Elbit Systems, joint venture between Hanwha Defense and Otokar and Pindad, an advantage over the other competitors. Then, in February 2021, Jens reported that Elbit Systems has been awarded a $46 million contract to supply Iveco's Guarani 6x6 to the army of a country in the Asia-Pacific region. At that time, Elbit didn't reveal the identity of the customer, but understandably, it had to be the Philippines. The contract will be performed over a 3-year period and will be equipped with an Elbit turret as well as a range of subsystems including electric drive and stabilization systems, fire control systems, Torch X BMS, L-Links communication systems, gunner and commander sights, as well as life support system. At the time of writing, the first 5 vehicles are expected to be delivered to the Philippines. Guarani 6x6 is an armored personnel carrier developed by Iveco and the Brazilian Army as part of the Euro-2-3 modernization program to replace the EE-9 Cascavel and EE-11 Euro-2. It's a fully amphibious vehicle and designed with a modular approach, allowing the integration of different turrets, weapons, sensors, and communication systems into the vehicle. The initial batch of 86 vehicles were signed in 2012 with a contract value of $118 million. This is part of Brazilian Army plans of approximately 2,044 vehicles ordered until 2030. Guarani APC has a length of 6.9 meter, width of 2.7 meter, height of 2.3 meter, and gross vehicle weight of 18 tons. Powered with a 380 HP diesel engine, it has a maximum speed of more than 90 km per hour and a range of more than 600 km. Guarani can carry up to 11 personnel and can be transported by air with the C-130 or C-390. As a modular platform, Guarani can be reconfigured to fulfill various roles from personnel carrier to command vehicle, recovery, ambulance, recon, IFV, mortar carrier, and more. So far, more than 500 vehicles have been produced for Brazil, Lebanon, Ghana, and the Philippines. Simba and the V-150 Commando are great vehicles, and no one's doubting their capability. They have served the Philippine Army and protected Filipino people well for more than 2 decades. However, we have to admit that their era is at its end. The challenges that the Philippine Army faces now and in the future will be more complex, and they need a new vehicle that can answer most of these challenges. The Guarani, with all the features and technology installed in it, will be able to fill in the role of existing vehicles and help the Philippine Army prepare for the future. Because from what I see, they will not only be facing terrorist and rebel groups, but potentially facing land invasion from foreign nations as well. Guarani's modular approach offers many advantages for its operators, from developing variants without unnecessary re-engineering, to power optimization, protection and payload combinations, operational flexibility, and ease of maintenance and upgrade. This will work well for the Philippine Army BCT units, since they can fill various roles with just one family of vehicle, just like the US Army Striker BCT, but with Guarani. Moreover, its swimming ability cannot be underestimated. Sometimes, people only think this capability is only useful for amphibious operations, but actually, it has a greater purpose than that. When the bridges are destroyed or being occupied by the enemy, the only way to reach the other side of the river and establish a bridgehead is by crossing it. And Guarani's swimming ability can reduce the Philippine Army dependence on bridge layer or pontoon vehicles, maintaining the unit's striking pace. That's why most Soviet APCs and IAVs have swimming ability, not primarily used for amphibious operation, but to enable their spearhead force to keep advancing west without bridges and engineer support. Lastly, Guarani's main strong point is its networking equipment, especially the BMS and communication system. Battles cannot be won just by depending on one equipment only. It requires many elements working together and sharing information, if possible, in real time. In modern battles, this can be achieved by employing BMS supported by advanced communication systems in every squad, vehicles, and other assets. If working alone, Guarani APC can only carry out missions according to its capacity. But in a combined arms environment with Sabra light tanks and the M113, which is also equipped with the Torch X BMS and A-Lynx communication systems, it can achieve a lot more than its original role. Guarani APC will definitely transform the Philippine Army to become a 21st century army, and I can guarantee that its capability will not disappoint Filipino people. Hopefully, the vehicle will be delivered soon, and I also hope that the initial plan of 114 vehicles can be realized. If you would like to know more about Anoa APC and how it can become Pindad's most successful vehicle, you can click right here or by clicking the link in the video description below. And that's it for today. Philippines' next generation APC, the Guarani 6x6. What do you think about this vehicle? And how many vehicles do you think the Philippines need? Let us know in the comment section below. Thank you for watching everyone. I'll see you in the next one.